Hi guys, welcome back to the PPE lab with me, Christo Spets. Today I am going to give you a little brief breakdown of fire extinguishers and what it is you need to know with regards to placing fire extinguishers in your workplace. So when it comes to fire extinguishers, unfortunately there isn't one for all fires, and so you have to have the correct fire extinguisher for the correct type of fire. So the different types of fires are determined by the type of fuel that is feeding the fire. So conventionally fuel is like petrol, but in terms of fire, fuel can be anything. It can be anything that actually fuels the flame. So they've then worked out, well, what type of fires are there? And they've classified them, and then from their classification they tell you what types of fire extinguishers you need. So I'm going to quickly break it down for you. The different type of fire extinguishers, there are basically 5 main types, and 2 of those have specialization. So you have the carbon dioxide, then the dry powder, and the dry powder is standard or specialized. There's foam, and then there's water. There's 2 types of waters. It depends on the nozzle. They have the spray, and then they have the mist. And then there's the wet chemical. So now I'm going to go through all the different fires and just explain to you which fire needs which fire extinguisher. Class A fires are organic materials that are flammable. So they call it flammable materials, and basically they put paper, wood, and fabrics. And with this class of fire, you can use 4 different types of fire extinguishers. There's foam, you can use dry powder, you can use water, and you can use wet chemicals. Ideally, you should just use foam or water. But you can, if you don't have those 2 and you have the other 2, then you can use them. So Class B fires are flammable liquids. So it's paint, turpentine, and petrol. And you can use 3 different types of extinguishers. You can use foam, carbon dioxide, and dry chemical, but you can't use water. So you've got to be careful with that. Class C fires are flammable gases, methane, butane, hydrogen, and you can only use a dry powder extinguisher. You can't use foam and you can't use water. Class F is called the kitchen cooking oils, and basically they're extinguishers that are specifically designed for cooking oils and fats that are used when cooking. So like the chip fryer oil and anything that's related to that. So with the Class F and the cooking oils, you must use the wet chemical fire extinguisher because it's specially designed for that. And you cannot use foam, you cannot use water, and you cannot use dry powder. So you've got to be careful. So most kitchens will have a wet chemicals fire extinguisher. So the last class of fire is electrical fires, and you have to use the CO2 carbon dioxide fire extinguisher. You can use the dry powder, but only up to 1,000 volts. But who would know that? How would you know what 1,000 volts is? So rather just use the CO2 fire extinguisher. Most server rooms will have CO2 fire extinguishers. Guys, thanks so much for watching my review on fire extinguishers. If you liked it, please press like. If you want to stay up to date, please subscribe. If you want me to review any products, please comment below. I'm Christo, your safety guy, reviewing safety step by step.